How's it going, guys? So we have a pass level question for micro. We have a 31-year-old man from Massachusetts, 3-day history of slightly yellow eyes, fatigue, low-grade fever, no past medical history or travel. And we just tell you sclerolicterus makes sense. So in this case, we're looking at a hemolytic disorder here, especially when we look at the smear, very buzzy stuff, as I said. So let's just chop out some of the answers. So what's the most likely explanation for the patient's findings? Choice A, acanthamoeba is wrong. So acanthamoeba, you do not need to know for USMLE, but an amoeba is a type of protozoan. A protozoan is a unicellular eukaryote, and this causes contact lens infections. Okay, so amoebic keratitis inflammation of the cornea. You don't need to know it for USMLE, as I said. Wrong fucking answer. Choice B, anaplasmosis is wrong. So anaplasma is a type of bacterium that's spread by Ixodes ticks, same as Lyme disease. So Ixodes can spread Borrelia burgdorferi, as we said, Lyme disease. It can spread Babesia. It spreads Ehrlichia, as well as anaplasma. This just simply causes flu-like illness. It's nothing you need to know for USMLE apart from that it's merely spread by Ixodes. That is the only factoid about anaplasma. Okay, they'll give you an easy, then you had a Lyme disease. You're like, oh yeah, easy, Lyme disease. They'll say, which of the following is also spread by the same vector, i.e. Ixodes? And the answer is just anaplasma. Wrong fucking answer. Choice B, babesiosis, correct answer. So we've got a Maltese cross here, the black arrow, and then we've got a ring form with the white arrow. And babesia causes a malaria-like hemolytic disorder in a patient who has not left the United States. That's the point. We gave you an identical question here, identical, and told you came back from Africa, South America. Answer is malaria, not babesia. Now, of course, Maltese cross, you're not going to see in malaria, but ring forms you do. So they can show you a ring form. If you left the United States, malaria. If you did not leave the United States, babesia. And malaria is not spread by Ixodes tick, is it? It's spread by the Anopheles mosquito. Now, Massachusetts, this is a USMLE thing, when they say Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and they start naming specific states, especially in the Northeast, they're looking at tick disorders, okay? So, babesiosis, it's a malaria-like hemolytic condition in a patient who has not left the United States, spread by Ixodes tick, as we talked about, ring forms, Maltese cross. Let's just look at the other ones now. Ehrlichiosis is wrong. Now, they'll be real slick with this. This causes a rash. It's not going to be a target rash, but it'll be a circular rash. And it can be annoying because Lyme disease need not be a target rash. Okay, when we talk about the erythema chronica migrans, they can give you Lyme disease without the target. It can be circular and red, but Ehrlichia can do the same thing. And so how do you differentiate? They'll say the dude was sleeping with his dog, a tick was found on the dog. The detail they're going to give you for Ehrlichia chafensis is they'll say within phagocytes, there are berry cluster organisms visualized, or morulae within phagocytes. That's what they'll say for Ehrlichia. It's extraordinarily low yield, but it exists, okay? Exists / shows up in history doesn't mean high yield, okay? Wrong fucking answer. Choice C, malaria, has already harped on, wrong fucking answer, because he hasn't left the United States, all right? So, and you're not going to see a Maltese cross. You'll see Chazants. You can see these little dots kind of all over the place within an RBC. The thing about malaria, you got to know, Plasmodium falciparum causes cerebral malaria, which is most severe. You get these microclots in the brain. You can also get hypoglycemia with Plasmodium falciparum. They want you to know that for NBME exam. Vivax novale cause hypnozoites. They go latent in the liver. It's called the exoerythrocytic stage of malaria, and you need primaquine to kill the hypnozoites within the liver for Vivax novale. And mefloquine, if they tell you someone took chloroquine prophylaxis and they got malaria anyway, the answer is not non-adherence to the medication. The answer is simply resistance to the chloroquine. It's not difficult. Wrong fucking answer.